There is a strange and silent hardening that happens to a man as he gets older. It's not just in the joints that ache on a cold morning. It's not just in the opinions that become more set in stone. It's a hardening deep inside, in the most private of places, a place that was once the source of your power, your confidence, your connection to the world. You might feel it as a lack of fullness, a hesitation where there was once an instant, unquestioned response. Or perhaps, and this is something men rarely ever speak of, you've noticed a slight curvature, a bend that wasn't there before, a physical change that feels like a betrayal from your own body. You dismiss it. You tell yourself it's just age, a natural part of the journey. But deep down, in the quiet moments of the night, you know something is wrong. That feeling of blockage, of pressure, where there should be effortless power. It's not just in your head. It's not just a feeling. It is a physical reality. It is the slow, creeping formation of plaque inside the delicate arteries that feed your very manhood. It is your blood vessels, your pathways of life and vitality, slowly turning to stone. This plaque, this internal hardening, doesn't just steal your ability to perform. It steals your confidence. It introduces a seed of doubt that can poison your relationship. It makes you feel like a lesser version of yourself, a ghost of the man you once were. And the most devastating part? Most men believe it's an irreversible slide into old age. They accept this slow fading of their vitality as their final, inevitable chapter. They would never, in a million years, believe that the secret to fighting this hardening, this plaque, could be sitting in their kitchen pantry right now, hiding in a bottle they probably use for salad dressing, waiting to be discovered. Hello, I am Dr. Julian Hayes. I'm 71 years old, and for 43 of those years, I've had the privilege of working as a urologist. In that time, I have sat across from thousands of men, good men, strong men, just like you, who have felt this exact private frustration. Men who felt their own bodies were betraying them, slowly choking off the flow of life and vitality that makes a man feel like a man. They come to me feeling lost, their confidence shattered, believing their best days are long behind them. I have dedicated my life to showing them, and now you, that this is not the end of the story. It is simply a problem, and a problem that has a solution. Today, I am going to pull back the curtain on a secret that ancient healers have known for centuries, a truth that modern medicine, in its rush to prescribe expensive pills and invasive procedures, often tragically overlooks. I will show you how one single spoonful of a common, inexpensive liquid, when taken correctly, can begin to help your body fight the very penile plaque that is causing this blockage. I urge you to watch this entire video. Do not allow yourself to become distracted. The information I am about to share is too important. By the end of our time together, you will have a simple, clear daily action plan that can help you begin to dissolve this plaque, to unclog your system, and to restore the powerful, healthy blood flow you thought was lost to you forever. The strength you feel slipping away is not gone. It's just trapped. Today, we begin to set it free. Before I reveal the simple kitchen remedy, you must understand the enemy you are fighting. This isn't some vague, abstract concept of getting older. It is a real physical invader in your body. We call it penile plaque, but to understand its true danger, you need to know its scientific name: arterial calcification. Think of the plumbing in an old house, a house that stood for 50, 60, or 70 years. Over those decades, minerals in the water, calcium, lime, build up on the inside of the pipes. At first, it's a thin layer, barely noticeable. But year after year, it gets thicker, creating a hard, crusty, stubborn layer. The opening for the water to flow through gets narrower and narrower. The water pressure drops. What was once a powerful gush becomes a steady stream, then a trickle, and finally just a frustrating drip. This is precisely what is happening inside the most delicate and important arteries in your body, the ones that lead to the penis. These arteries are incredibly small. Some of them are less than 1 millimeter wide. It doesn't take much to clog them. A little bit of plaque has a massive effect. This plaque is a toxic, hardened mixture of calcium that has leached from your bones, bad cholesterol or LDL cholesterol that has become oxidized and sticky, and other cellular waste products. Your body's immune system recognizes this buildup as a foreign invader, as a threat, so it launches an attack. It triggers a chronic, low-grade inflammatory response right there in the artery walls. This inflammation is the real villain of the story. It makes the artery wall stiff, scarred, and hard. This is a condition we urologists call endothelial dysfunction. The endothelium is the miraculously thin, delicate lining of your blood vessels. It's only 1 cell thick, but it's arguably one of the most important tissues in your entire body. When it's healthy, it's smooth and flexible. But when it's inflamed and damaged by plaque, it becomes stiff and unresponsive. And a damaged endothelium can't do its most important job: produce a magical molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the master molecule of erections. It is the body's supreme vasodilator. It's the chemical signal that tells the smooth muscles inside your arteries to relax, to open wide, to create a firm, rigid, lasting erection. When endothelial dysfunction takes hold, nitric oxide production plummets. The signal is lost. The arteries stay narrow, stiff, and constricted. The pipes are clogged, and no amount of desire or stimulation can force them open. I saw this devastation firsthand with a patient I'll call Thomas. He was a 70-year-old retired history teacher, a brilliant, articulate man who had always taken immense pride in his health and intellect. He came into my office, but he wouldn't look me in the eye. He stared at his hands as he spoke, his voice barely a whisper. "Doctor," he said, "it's not just that it's not working anymore. That's bad enough, but it's bent. It looks different. It doesn't even look like me anymore." This is a classic, heartbreaking sign of what we call Peyronie's disease, which is essentially a concentrated, localized buildup of this scar tissue, this plaque, on one side of the penis. This plaque is so hard, it acts like a tether, preventing one side from expanding fully, causing the erection to curve, often painfully. Thomas felt a profound sense of shame and disfigurement. He told me, "I feel like my own body is crumbling, like an old statue being worn away by the rain. My wife tries to be understanding, but how can she be? I can't even look at myself." He was on the verge of complete despair. He believed his only options were a series of painful injections directly into the plaque or invasive, life-altering surgery. He had absolutely no idea that the battle could begin not in a hospital operating room, but at his own kitchen counter. Thomas's story is so important because it shows how this isn't just about sexual performance. It's about identity. It's about feeling whole and recognizable to yourself. The hardening of your arteries leads to a hardening of the spirit. It makes a man feel old, irrelevant, and broken.
This entire destructive process is fueled and accelerated by the modern diet. The sugars in our bread and pasta, the processed foods in our freezers, and the unhealthy fats in our snacks all contribute to the systemic inflammation that creates this plaque. It builds up silently, year after year, decade after decade, until one day the flow of life is reduced to a mere trickle. But what if you could introduce something into your system that helps your body fight back against this calcification? something that helps to gently clean the pipes from the inside out. That is the profound promise of the simple secret I am about to share with you. But you must listen carefully and follow the instructions precisely. This is not folk medicine. It is a targeted, natural strategy to support your body's own healing intelligence. If you are beginning to truly understand this connection, if a light bulb is going on in your head about what might be happening inside your own body, and if you are feeling a new sense of hope that you are not broken, please do me a small favor right now. Pause for a moment and comment the word "yes" below this video. It's a small thing, but it lets me know that this crucial message is getting through to you. It tells me that we are in this together. Thank you for that. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. Let's turn your kitchen into a pharmacy. Let's talk about the solution. The solution, the kitchen secret that has the power to begin this process of reversal, is apple cider vinegar. But please, before you rush off and start chugging any old bottle from the supermarket, you need to understand this is a science. This is not a guess. The details matter immensely. There are specific ways to choose it and specific ways to use it to maximize its potential benefits for your circulation and arterial health. I am going to break it down for you into 4 simple but non-negotiable secrets. Secret number 1. You must use the right kind of vinegar. This is the most important step. When you walk down the supermarket aisle, you will see dozens of bottles of apple cider vinegar. Most of them are bright, clear, and sparkling, like golden apple juice. These are the wrong ones. Avoid them like the plague. Those crystal clear vinegars have been filtered, refined, and pasteurized. Essentially, they've been sterilized. This process strips them of their most powerful, life-giving components. You must look for a bottle that has 3 magic words on the label: raw, unfiltered, and, the most important phrase of all, with the mother. When you find the right bottle and hold it up to the light, you will see cloudy, cobweb-like, stringy-looking stuff floating around, especially at the bottom. That, my friends, is the mother. It might look strange, even a little off-putting, but that is the biological gold. The mother is a complex, living colony of beneficial bacteria, proteins, and powerful enzymes. It is the living, breathing heart of the vinegar. Specifically, it contains a powerful bacterium called Acetobacter, which is the microbe that performs the miracle of turning apple cider into vinegar in the first place. It's this process that creates acetic acid, which is the main active therapeutic compound in vinegar. Without the mother, you are just drinking acidic, apple-flavored water. With the mother, you are ingesting a potent living substance, a true probiotic food that has been used for thousands of years as a healing tonic. Think of it like this. Clear vinegar is a dead, sterile substance. Raw vinegar, with the mother, is alive and ready to go to work in your body. Secret number 2. The precise daily ritual. This is all about consistency. How you take it is just as important as what you take. You don't need a large amount, but you need to be consistent. This is not a magic bullet that works overnight. It is a long-term strategy to support your body's own innate healing processes. You are giving your body the tools it needs to do the job. Here is the precise formula I have given to thousands of my patients. Every single morning, without fail, before you eat or drink anything else, you will take 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother. Not a teaspoon, which is too little, and not a cup, which is far too much. 1 measured tablespoon. You will mix this tablespoon into a standard 8-ounce glass of warm water. It's important that the water is warm, not cold. Cold water can be a shock to the digestive system first thing in the morning. And you must not use hot water, as boiling temperatures can damage some of the delicate enzymes and beneficial bacteria in the mother. Warm water is the perfect vehicle. It helps with absorption and is gentle on your stomach and esophagus. Stir it well and drink it down. It will have a tart, tangy, acidic taste. Some men grow to enjoy it, seeing it as a clean, sharp start to their day. If you find it too strong at first, that's okay. You can start with 1 teaspoon in warm water for the first week, then move up to 2 teaspoons for the second week, and by the third week, graduate to the full tablespoon. I had a patient, I'll call him Richard, a 69-year-old former mechanic. He was a tough, no-nonsense guy, the kind of man who believed in fixing things with his hands. He was deeply frustrated by his declining circulation and the weakness he felt. When I first told him about this simple vinegar ritual, he was incredibly skeptical. He rolled his eyes. "A spoonful of vinegar, Doc? Really?" But he was also desperate, and he was willing to try anything. He started the very next day. A few weeks later, he came back for a checkup, and he had a different look in his eye. He leaned forward and said, "Doc, I have to tell you something. That morning drink, it's strange, but it feels like I'm power washing my engine from the inside out. I feel cleaner, lighter. The afternoon fog I always used to get is gone." That's the feeling you're looking for. You are starting your day with a gentle internal cleansing that sets the stage for better metabolic health throughout your entire body. Secret number 3. Understanding how this is actually working in your body. This is not magic. This is not a folk tale. There is a real scientific logic behind why apple cider vinegar can be so profoundly beneficial for your circulation. It works on several different pathways simultaneously to combat the root causes of that plaque buildup. First, the primary active ingredient, acetic acid, has been shown in numerous human and animal studies to have a positive impact on your blood lipids. In simple terms, it can help your body manage cholesterol and triglyceride levels. Remember that toxic plaque we talked about? Bad cholesterol, or LDL, is a key building block. By helping your body process these fats more efficiently and preventing them from oxidizing, you are effectively taking away the raw materials that your body uses to form plaque in the first place. Second, apple cider vinegar is rich in powerful antioxidants, particularly a group of plant compounds called polyphenols. These compounds are like your body's own private security force against a dangerous process called oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is the cellular damage caused by unstable molecules called free radicals. Think of it like a kind of biological rusting. And this rusting process is a primary driver of the inflammation that creates endothelial dysfunction. By fighting this damage day in and day out, you are actively protecting the delicate lining of your arteries from harm. Third, and this is the most important part, is the connection to nitric oxide. Now, to be clear, vinegar does not contain nitric oxide, but it does something even more important. It helps create the perfect environment for your body to produce its own. By reducing inflammation and protecting the endothelium from oxidative stress, you are allowing those critical endothelial cells to do the job they were designed to do. A healthy, protected endothelium produces ample nitric oxide. And as we discussed, nitric oxide is the key that unlocks your erections. It is the signal that tells the arteries to relax, to widen, and to allow the powerful, life-giving rush of blood that you need. So you see, it's a beautiful, logical chain reaction. The vinegar supports your blood health, which protects your artery linings, which allows for more nitric oxide production,